Alright, let's continue. So these are some of the main parts of a volcano. Well, the main parts usually focus on include the crater, which is the opening part of the volcano. A secondary cone, because usually when you have a volcano, you have like another part or an opening on that same volcano, so that's a secondary cone because it's forming on it. So it's not the primary cone, it's a secondary one. Also on the volcano you have a vent. So it's like the neck of the volcano, whereby that's where the magma flows through, right? And if you look for the secondary cone, we have a secondary vent because it belongs to the secondary cone. And if you even look at this somehow resembles when you are doing the topic of rivers, where you have the main river and then you have some tributaries, right? We have layers of ash and lava because remember, as the volcano erupts, materials come from the volcano. Most times it's ash and lava, so we usually show these on a volcano when we're labeling it. And down below we have a magma chamber, which is actually the reservoir of magma, right? So it's a storage point of magma for when the volcano is ready to erupt, right? So these are just the typical parts of the volcano, and we have other things like ash and the flow of lava being shown. Alright, next, the cycle of volcanoes. So we have three life cycles. We have active, meaning that the volcano is showing signs of life by erupting recently or is expected to erupt again. Next we have dormant. So in this case it's in between. So it shows that it's not really active, but it is expected to erupt sometime in the future. Right? So it's like a surprise thing happening. You don't know when, but it may erupt. And then we have another one, extinct. So this means that the volcano will never erupt again. Right? So these are all the cycles of a volcano. Right? So here we have a map showing the global distribution of Earth of volcanoes, I should say. Alright, so we have in this region here, so the red dots are representing the volcanoes, and we see that in this region we have a lot of volcanoes. We see some in Central America, South America, parts of Africa into Europe, some on the ocean bed. Right? We also have some in the Caribbean, but because of how small the Caribbean islands are, we're not really seeing them. So this is a very important region that you guys need to know, which is the Ring of Fire. So the Ring of Fire is where we have a lot of earthquakes and where we also have a lot of volcanic eruptions, right? So make a note of this region. And let's come now to the Caribbean, the place or the area that we live in. So it's important for you guys to make a note of a few of these volcanoes, not all of them, but like the main ones like Sophia Hills in Montserrat, La Sophia in Guadeloupe, probably one in Dominica. Dominica has a lot. We have in Martinique, Mount Pelée. We have St. Vincent, St. Lucia, Grenada. So you can make a note of at least 5 of them so that for exam purposes you are good to utilize any one of them. But the most popular one is the one in Montserrat. Alright, next. So as we look at the structure of the volcano, it is also important that you look at what comes out of the volcano. So there are 2 main types of lava. We have basic or basaltic, and we have acidic lava. So for basic, it's dark in color with low silica content. For those who are science students, you know the potential of silica, right? And for acidic, it's the opposite, lighter in color with high silica content.